Children, today let us take some questions where the inverse trigonometric functions will be simplified. This topic is going to help you in differentiation also, because when we differentiate inverse trigonometric functions which are in complicated form, it becomes difficult to differentiate them. So if we know how to simplify them, their simplified form can be differentiated, which makes our work easy. So we will see by using some simple substitution how the expression can be converted into simplest form. The fifth one is tan inverse square root of 1 plus x square minus 1 over x. I am naming it y. So we are going to simplify y. For this, you can use the substitution x is equal to tan theta. See, this is sum of two perfect square. So you will quickly get an idea what x should be replaced with. You can recall all the three identities which you have learned in class 10th. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So sum of two perfect squares is coming out to be 1. We also know 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta. So 1 is a perfect square, tan square theta is also a perfect square. So like this, you will see these three identities will be getting used very frequently. So I am replacing x by tan theta, so that theta is tan inverse x. Now y reduces to tan inverse square root of 1 plus tan square theta minus 1 over tan theta. 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta, and on taking its square root, this is what we are getting in the bracket. Sec theta minus 1 over tan theta. You can further convert it in terms of sine and cosine. On taking LCM, this is the expression we get. And y is now tan inverse 1 minus cos theta over sine theta. Again, you are recalling the half angle formula which you have learnt in class 11th. You will see 1 minus cos theta can be replaced by 2 sine square theta by 2. Sine theta can be replaced by 2 sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled out, even one of the sine theta by 2. We are left with sine theta by 2 over cos theta by 2, which can be written as tan theta by 2. So it is of the form tan inverse tan x. So if you see the properties, tan inverse tan x can be written as x. So this is tan inverse tan theta by 2, which can be written as theta by 2. Then replacing theta by its value, which is tan inverse x, y is now tan inverse x whole divided by 2. So you can see the previous form of y and the new simplified one. And you will quickly get an idea when we will switch over to differentiation. It will be very convenient to differentiate this instead of differentiating that part. Okay. Then see the sixth one. Y is tan inverse 1 over square root of x square minus 1. So again think of the three identities and use the suitable substitution. If I replace x by cosec theta, then theta will be cosec inverse x, and y is tan inverse 1 over square root of cosec square theta minus 1. Cosec square theta minus 1 is equal to cot square theta. So y is now tan inverse 1 over square root of cot square theta. Again, this is a perfect square and we have to take square root. So y reduces to tan inverse 1 over cot theta. You can replace 1 over cot theta by tan theta, and it is now in the form tan inverse tan theta, which can be written as theta. So what is y now? Theta is cosec inverse x. So y is cosec inverse x, where x is greater than, mod of x is greater than 1. You can check the domain for cosec inverse x. You will find either mod of x is greater than equal to 1. So this is mod of x is greater than 1. So it includes all the values of x which are included in mod of x is greater than equal to 1. Then moving on to the seventh one, you will see here not every time we will do substitutions. Sometimes just using other trigonometric formula we can simplify it. So y is here tan inverse square root of 1 minus cos x over 1 plus cos x. 1 minus cos x I have replaced with 2 sin square x by 2, and 1 plus cos x is replaced by 2 cos square x by 2. So 2 gets cancelled out. Both are perfect squares. You can take out the square root, and this is sin x by 2 over cos x by 2, which can be written as tan x by 2. So y is now tan inverse tan x by 2. You will see we can replace it by x by 2, and the given domain is going to satisfy that. See, x is given to be between the angle 0 to pi. It is an open interval 0 to pi. But our angle is x by 2, so we can divide each by 2 and we get x by 2 is in the open interval 0 to pi by 2. See, it is greater than 0 but less than pi by 2. And if you look at the properties, you will find tan inverse tan x is x if x belongs to the open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So whatever angles x by 2 is taking, they fall in that interval. So x by 2 is belonging to the interval which includes all the angles or angles which are in the interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So we can replace tan inverse tan x by 2 by simply x by 2. So